Hi friends, I welcome you to the next video on endorsement of bills. We'll learn about accounting for endorsement of bills. We have a small example here. Mr. A sold goods on credit to Mr. B, rupees 50,000 on 1st April 21. So I'll quickly write down the entry in the books of Mr. A. What is the entry I'm going to pass? I'm going to pass the entry Mr. B account debit 50,000 to sales account. In the books of Mr. B on the same date, entry would be purchases account debit to Mr. A account 50,000. I will not explain the logic behind these entries. I feel you would have been well versed, or you would by now have grasped the logic for writing journal entries. So this is the entry I write in the books of both the parties when the goods are sold and purchased. And on the same day he drew a bill on Mr. B for 3 months because Mr. B requested for time to make the payment. Mr. A allowed Mr. B 3 months time, but Mr. A drew a bill on Mr. B and sent it to Mr. B. Mr. B accepted the same and he returned the bill to Mr. A. So Mr. A is now receiving the bill from Mr. B. On 1st April 21, when Mr. A is receiving a bill, he will pass the entry bills receivable to Mr. B account. Mr. B, what is the entry he will pass? Mr. A is receiving the bill from him. The bill is going out, hence he has to credit it. Mr. A account is debited and bills payable account is credited. So this is the entry I pass. Okay. Now what happens? On 4th April 21, Mr. A endorsed the bill to Mr. C. Now what is happening is, let us assume that earlier, or we can say maybe some time ago, Mr. A had purchased some goods on credit from Mr. C, or A owes money to C. C has to collect some money from Mr. A. So in such case, when C demanded payment from Mr. A, C says, you please give me my 50,000 rupees. A says, I don't have money, but I have a valuable legal document, an asset called as a bill, which has been signed by Mr. B. Can you accept the same and discharge my liability? Mr. C says, okay. In return for the money you owe to me, you give me a bill. So Mr. A, what he does is, he has a bill which was signed by Mr. B, which was given to him. He says, you take this bill in exchange for the money I had to pay to you. So what Mr. A is doing, the bill which he has received a bill from Mr. B, he has the bill, he is giving the bill now to Mr. C. What Mr. A does is, on the back side of the bill of exchange, he writes endorse to Mr. C and he puts his signature. So now this bill becomes an asset for Mr. C. On this bill, C has a right. Okay. So on this date, when Mr. A is endorsing the bill, what he is doing is actually giving the bill to Mr. C. So Mr. C account should be debited because he is now the receiver of the bill. Mr. C account debit, two bills receivable, 50,000. What is the logic behind writing the entry? Mr. C, personal account, receiver of asset or money's worth, hence debit. Bills receivable, bill of exchange is an asset, real account goes out, hence credit. There will be no entry in the books of Mr. B because he was not a party to the transaction when it happened between Mr. A and C. Now we'll come to the books of Mr. C. In the earlier transaction, C had no role to play, hence no entry. Now, when the bill is received by Mr. C, what is the entry Mr. C going to write in his books? He is now receiving an asset. The asset is bills receivable for him. Bills receivable account will be debited with 50,000. Who is giving this bill to him? Mr. A is giving this bill to him, so he will write the name of Mr. A only. B is not giving this bill to Mr. C. Mr. A gave this bill to Mr. C, hence Mr. A will be recognized as the giver. Bills receivable, real account comes in debit. Mr. A was the person who gave the bill, hence his account will be credited. So this is the entry we pass in the books of Mr. A, B and C. Now what happens? On the due date, that is the date on which the bill has to be honored, payment has to be made. On due date, Mr. B, on the due date, Mr. B honored the bill. What happens is, on the due date, Mr. C will approach Mr. B. He will go to Mr. B and he says, boss, I have a bill which was signed by you. You promised to make a payment on this bill on the due date. The due date has arrived. So on due date, I am coming to you. You take this bill and give me money. If you don't give me money, I will enforce this bill in a court. Mr. B says, don't do that. Give the bill back to me. I'll pay you cash. Okay. So on the due date, when Mr. B makes the payment to Mr. C, what is the entry we are going to write? In this transaction, Mr. A is not involved, so no entry in his books. The due date of the bill is 4th July 21. What is the entry in the books of Mr. B? He is getting his bill back. He called this as bills payable, hence his bills payable account will be debited, and he is giving in cash, hence 50,000 rupees cash will be credited. If he issued a check in exchange for the bill, we will write bank. Okay. Now, what is the entry in the books of Mr. C? He is getting some cash in exchange for the bill. Cash account will be debited with 50,000, and he has given the bill to Mr. B. Two bills receivable, 50,000. So this is the entry he passes in his books of account. I will write down the logic also. Cash, real account comes in debit, bills receivable, real account goes out credit. What is the logic here? Bill, real account coming in debit, cash, real account goes out credit. In this particular problem, in this particular transaction, A was not involved, hence no entry will be passed in the books of Mr. A. So this is how we record entries in the books of the parties in the case of an endorsement of a bill. When the bill is drawn, A is technically called as the drawer of the bill. Mr. B is called as the drawee of the bill when the bill is drawn. On the day when Mr. A gave the bill to Mr. C, he is called as the endorser, and C is called as the endorsee. Okay, Mr. C is called as the endorsee. So these are the technical names of these parties. Okay, so this is how we do accounting for endorsement of a bill of exchange. Thank you.